Hey everyone, Coach Martin, we are live. So it looks like Facebook, we are now connected. Look, we're in the process right now connecting with LinkedIn, with YouTube, with IG. So we'll do a couple secs before we get into it. If you're seeing this live, whatever channel you're on, do me a favor, just drop a hi in the chat. Love to say hi. If you're a business owner, that's why we do these every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because it's a great opportunity for you to ask any question that you have. So not only do we want to be able to answer any of your business questions, but we want to be able to as well, like give you a shout out. Like, what do you do? Like, what's your product? What's your service? So we can shout it out with our many followers spread out over 5 different social media channels. So we're excited. Um, we'll wait about 10, 15, 20 seconds before we hop into it. So definitely excited to see everyone. Carrie, great to see you. Super excited that you're on. Hopefully you are resting and doing well. So, hey, it's crazy. So in real estate, if you are looking for a home or you're thinking about selling your home, we know a couple great realtors. So we have one right now. They're partners. So Carrie's on as we speak. They do very well, and they have 3 properties on the market right now. So it's super exciting. One went live today. So congratulations on the one that actually went live today. One of the other ones is actually closing this week. And then there is a third one that just went on the market less than a week ago. So it's super exciting. So we're excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to talk real quick while people are coming on real quick. I want to talk about something I heard somebody say not long ago about factors. So when you're talking about factors, typically there's two. There's a determining factor and a contributing factor. And they were telling the story about a particular person, and they kind of got it wrong. So I'm going to give you a different take on determining and contributing factors because they're super important. So you're going to learn something today if you're listening. So they were talking about a particular person that they knew, that they ended up, didn't have a lot of money. They were in like a school system where wasn't a great school system, and it was the determining factor on why they turned out the way they turned out. And the truth of the matter is, I understand that thought process, right? A lot of times, you can have like a lot of different factors, but you have the main one, and we just call that determining. The problem is, it's impossible to measure that, so you can't prove it. It's a guess. Now, maybe you're thinking, "Well, Coach, I don't understand." Let me give you an example. So let's say you have a kid that grows up in a horrible situation. Let's say the mom passed away. Let's say he's raised by his dad, but his dad's abusive. We even throw in that he's an alcoholic and he's abusive. He's just not a good guy. So you have a bad situation at home. Then he goes to school where he just happens to be in a classroom where he has a bad teacher. And then in between all of this, he has a group of friends that just aren't good friends. They don't do always the right thing to do. So now you have 3 situations, and let's say this kid turns out where he goes down the wrong road, right? He gets in trouble, ends up doing drugs, ends up going to jail. Which one is the determining factor? You can say, well, it's his parents. It was his dad. You have no idea. You can't measure that. It's not like you go to the doctor and you're going to get a blood test to determine fill in the blank. It's impossible to measure. So a lot of times we think that we put a label on something and we say, hey, that's a determining factor, and the reality is it's not. So I'm going to break it down right now. Okay, my definition of the two: determining factors are everything that's on the inside, they're internal. Contributing factors, everything that's on the outside, external. So as an example, in that situation, the dad would be a contributing factor. The bad teacher would be a contributing factor. The kid's bad friends would be a contributing factor. The determining factor is the label that he assigns to anything in his life. It's everything on the inside. And the determining factors are way more important and powerful than any contributing factor. So it's always a story that we tell ourselves, right? We give power to whatever, fill in the blank, the story. And the story is what really like is the secret sauce. So you're either going to give like the story that you're going to conquer it, or you're going to give a story that you're a victim. And if you're a victim, you're going to fall. And usually that's where the difference lies. So in everything you do, right? this is what I tell people. You're going to live out your story, right? You might as well be the hero, be the superhero, and look at everything through those lenses, right? So think of it that way when we're talking about determining, contributing. Determining is everything that's on the inside. So it's a great way for everyone to be able to look at that. So Sherry, what's going on? Hey, are you healing up, girl? Hopefully you are healing up. Man, we got some people on here that are broken. So uh, between Carrie and Sherry, we got a couple girls that have some broken knees. So Sherry, praying that all is well and that you are mending and that you will get back on the pickleball court sooner rather than later. Uh, and then Kevin, man, good to see you. Actually, it's funny because, we're getting some work done and we're getting close to having you come out. So Kevin, if you are looking for any type of air conditioning, hey, and it's going to be like almost 100 degrees. So I was on a coaching call earlier. I coach, business owners every Tuesday morning. And I had a couple of them that were somewhere on the East Coast. And one of them was like, man, it's freezing out here. And I was like, man, how cold it is. It was like, I think, low 20s. And then the other one was in a different state. They're like, man, it's freezing as well. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish it was freezing because, man, it's hot today. So they said, well, coach, how hot is it? Where are you going to be today? And I said, well, let me look. And I pulled it up and it was going to be 94 degrees. I'm like, 94 degrees. And they're like, man, that's hotter than our summer. So it's just weird to have temperature that hot in March. You know what I mean? It just is weird. So anyway, it's great to see you guys. If you need to get your air conditioning fixed, if you have any type of work with your heating and air, you're going to want to call Kevin. Get a hold of Kevin Morrison, as I believe is a Morrison Heating and Air. He is the man to be able to handle all those needs. If we ever have somebody on here and you're trying to get a hold of them, but maybe you wrote down the wrong website or whatever, reach out to us. We'll make the connection. Not a problem. So Carrie, we got a question. Before I answer your question, I want to kind of go back. So it reminds me, a wise man, Henry Ford, once said, whenever you think, right, you're right or you're wrong. You're right. So always be the one that says, I think I can do it, instead of the one that says I can do it. Because whether you say you can do it or whether you say you can't do it, you're right. Okay. What's the single best piece of advice you wish you had when you started? Give us wisdom. Okay, so it's funny because we're talking about contributing and determining factors. So I wish I'd have known that when I was young. I wish we could go deep here, and I don't want to lose anyone on here. But the truth of the matter is there's power in your words, right? So a lot of times as we grow up, we have lids that are placed on us, not on purpose. Our parents put lids on us, teachers put lids on us, parents, television. So we have all these lids that are dropped on us. Hey, don't do that. It's not safe. You're going to get hurt. You can't do it. It's not possible. It's not realistic. And all these things become our reality and they shape us. But reality, what they do is they just build a frame around us and it keeps us small, right? So I think for one, I would have lovingly disregarded that stuff and know that you can do anything you want to do, right? You're equipped and you have the power to be able to do that. So I wish I'd have known that. Secondly, I wish I would have, been wise enough to get mentors when I was young. It's probably one of the single greatest things that you can do is find somebody that is much smarter than you and have them mentor you. You should have mentors and coaches in your life. I actually, when I got done coaching this morning, as soon as I was done, I hopped on a coaching call with my coach. So I have to do a hard set at 9 a.m. or 10 minutes to 9, because at 9 o'clock I have my coaching call with my coach. So, it's important. It's important to have coaches, mentors, because they can see things that you can't see and they can pull out greatness in you that we don't even see it a lot of times, right? We just don't, whether we don't think that we're talented enough or whether we don't think we're worth it, right? Or we tell ourselves a different story. A good coach is going to, help us not focus on that stuff and focus on the things that we need to be successful. You know what I mean? Especially today, like we live in a time where, anything is pretty much at your fingertips. So we have the power to be able to learn and grow and scale in capacity a lot quicker than, people that, way back in the day when, you'd have to be one-on-one, you'd have to be face-to-face, to be able to do coaching. I was able to do coaching with business owners all over the country this morning via the power of the internet. Back in the old days, you weren't able to do that. So, we are lucky. I'm not even going to say lucky. We are blessed to be able to have the power of the internet and technology to be able to do that. So, Carrie, I'm going to tell you, get a coach, get a mentor, right? Write down the things that you want to accomplish and speak life into those things every single day and do it. Like, do it. Today is the day, right? It's like the old saying, when's the best time to plant a tree? Yesterday. So when's the second best time? Today. So it doesn't matter what you've done before. Like, today's a new day, and think of, like, what is it that I want to accomplish? Don't think that you're not worthy or you're not capable. You are capable, right? We were made in the image of God. So, like, we were made to do big things. We were made to do big things and not settle. Playing small doesn't serve the world. Okay, Kevin, Morrison Mechanical HVAC Services, absolutely the best in the business. So listen, I know a lot of people turn on their air today because it is hot. And some of you, unfortunately, probably didn't work or needs like a refresher. So get a hold of Kevin and tell him that I sent you. He definitely will take super, super good care of you. So thanks for hopping on. We definitely appreciate it. Hey, you know what? Referrals are amazing. Like, who doesn't like referrals? Like, I literally, as before I hopped on this live, I literally just handed out 2 referrals. So I handed out 2 referrals. So somebody gave me a call. They said, hey, coach, I need A and I need B. Do you know A and B? I know A and B. I will give you the number right now. So I gave them the number to A and I gave them the number B. And then I just messaged A and B and I said, hey, you just got a deal, right? So there you go. So we all love referrals. What business owner does not? And you can't and you always want to be operating in a space of gratitude. So you always want to look like, don't just be a taker. And this isn't even in business. This is in life. Don't just be a taker. Like, look to be a giver. Like, look to give. Like, throughout the day, like, who can I bless? Who can I give? Who can I help? Who can I serve? Who can I lift up? Who can I encourage? Who can I cheer? Right? We don't want to be ones where we're constantly looking for, like, we want the referral, we want the handout, or we want the whatever. No, be a giver. And that thing is just going to come on the back end. Trust me when I tell you, it'll be like a magnet just, coming in. And I'm not saying you should do A because of B. I'm saying B is just a bonus and a byproduct of A. So be a giver, like, be a encourager, like, be somebody that can help and encourage somebody today. Because here's the deal. And I don't care what your mindset is. We all need encouragement. All of us, right? So, Carrie, I think it's great to come on here and tell us what you do so we can help you grow. That's my thing. Yeah, for sure. So as I want to make sure I got the question right. So as far as for me, so I'm a business owner and I'm a business coach, right? So I get the ability to be able to coach business owners all over that typically license our product. So one of the things that we do is we provide, world-class software to high school athletes, high schools, organizations, AAU that are helping their athletes get recruited. So if you're an athlete and you're trying to get recruited, it's way harder today than at any time before, because now you have the transfer portal. So it's hard. Like, unless you're a blue chip, if you're a 5-star athlete, you're an ESPN 300, you're a McDonald's All-American, you're getting recruited. The rest of the athletes, very hard. So they use our software to be able to get in front of 56, 57,000 college coaches at the push of a button, right? So it's powerful, but we license it, so we white label it. So either entrepreneurs that want to be in the multi-billion-dollar a year recruiting space, or recruiting agencies that get to white label and add our software to help them scale, because it's hard to scale if you're only getting paid when you're working in front of somebody. It's the hardest thing to scale. Now we help them scale. So we not only give them the software, but we coach them and we teach them business principles and we teach them how to be successful and how to win. Because I have a motto: I can give you a car, but if you can't drive it, you're not going anywhere, right? So just having a business in a box isn't going to do it. You got to learn how to win. You need to learn success principles. And that's That's what we do. So that's an option. Another great way for business owners is be part of a networking group. So find areas that you can network. Example, Chamber of Commerce, great way to go and network in front of other people. There's a lot of networking groups. We run one, Club VIP. So if you go to clubvipgroup.com, you can learn more. We meet twice a month off the 15 freeway at Angelo's Surefire Pizza. My wife always laughs when I say that because she's like, "Babes, it's not Surefire." I'm like, "Hey, just that's how I say it. So let me just roll with it." Angelo's Surefire Pizza, first and third Mondays of the month. Man, come on out. We will buy you pizza. We'll buy you lunch. And then you have the ability to be able to not only meet business owners and learn a business principle, but you'll also be able to share your business with them. And they'll be able to either use you, or they'll know people that need to use you, and you can acquire some really, really cool business. So, Evelyn, good to see you, girl. So, okay. So Evelyn, I'm going to give you a shout out. So if you are either looking to buy a gun, or you're looking to get trained, learn how to use it, or maybe you're even looking at, getting your CCW. If you're looking at any of those, you're going to want to call Evelyn. Literally the best in the business. And not just saying it, I've actually went through a class, and I've went through a few of them, and I'm not going to just say this to say it, but Evelyn, it was the best experience I had. You are uber talented. You are in your calling. You're very good at it. So if you're looking to do that, you're going to want to get a hold of her for sure. She is amazing, and she's helped me. If you work for coaching and pouring into me, I don't know if I would stick around. It feels like you're so much more than just a networking group. Thanks, girl. That was amazing encouragement right there for sure. But yeah, no, hey, we love you and we love what you do, and you are great at what you do, and people need it, especially today. Let's be real. Like, people need to protect themselves and be able to protect those that they love 100%. So if you're Evelyn, do me a favor, put your website in the chat. So if you are like thinking about it, if you're thinking about it, you need to just do it, right? So if it's on your heart, then just take action and do it. Get a hold of Evelyn. Tell her that Coach Martin sent you. She will be good to you and take care of you just like she takes care of us. So we love her and we love what she does. We're waiting for it to pop up. So whenever you get whenever you get a chance, do us a favor and just drop your actual names. Drop the name of the actual business. There you go. And then if you don't mind, the website. So it's Street Safe Defense, Street Safe Defense. And it's cool because this stays on. So like tomorrow, there'll be hundreds and hundreds of people that will rewatch this video, which is cool. So this way they're easy to, they're able. And Kevin, if you're still on, I would say the same thing as well. And Carrie, if you're still on, I would say the same thing to you. Just dump your website with your link in there, because there literally will be hundreds of watches in the next 24 hours. And that way people can see it and they can go to your site. Because you know what? I believe, just my opinion, I think everyone should be a CCW carrier. Just my opinion, but I think that you should be. So it's just nice to be. It's nice to have it and never need it, than to need it and not have it, right? So that's what I got on that. So we love it. But going back to how we started, I want everyone to really think about it, right? Because I always tell people, listen, it's never the thing, even though God forbid, we know that there's times where bad things in life happen. I get that. And I'm not trying to downplay it. But it's never the thing. It's the label that we assign to the thing that holds the power, right? There's people I know that something tragic happened to them 40 years ago, and it's still like holding them hostage because of the label they assigned to the thing that happened 40 years ago, right? Or you assign a different label to it, right? And that's where the power is. That's a determining factor, and it's going to determine how far you go, right? So it's hard. Like, think about holding an anchor and try to go through life like carrying an anchor. It's not going to happen, or you're not going to do it very well, right? So you're going to want to let go of stuff, reassign another name to it or a title, a story. Tell yourself a different story, because the power is in the story, not in the thing that happened. It's in the story. So be the hero of your own story every time, every single time. So, Carrie Short. Oh, that's cool. So Evelyn wore Carrie's shirt yesterday. So Carrie, what she's talking about is Carrie has her own merch store. So that's super, super exciting. And we love that. It's funny that we're doing. So next week on our coaching call on Tuesday, our merch team will be on there like answering a bunch of questions. So it's really cool because we have a lot of guys that have been ordering their own merch stores and they're so pumped and they're sharing them and they look cool. So they're really, really cool. So we're excited about all of that. You know what I mean? If you're a bit, so I would even say this, if you're a business owner and you want your own merch store or like a brokerage, you want your own merch store, any of it, or if you're part of a sports team or a sports organization and you guys obviously need funds and you probably do fundraising, man, get a merch store. It on average, it's like 20% of every item that's ordered goes back to you. It's a great way to not only increase your brand, but also have revenue, recurring revenue coming in consistently over and over and over again. And they're very, very affordable. So if you have questions regarding any of that, don't hesitate to reach out. We will hook you up for sure. Yay, that's exciting. Okay, so we're gonna kind of like bring the plane in the landing. So remember, determining factors are all internal, contributing are all external. Determining factors are way, way more powerful than any contributing factors. So tell, or I should say, assign the thing a different story and be the hero of that story. I promise you, you will go much, much, much farther in life by doing that. So that's all I got. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to reach out. How to find me, you could go to meetcoachmartin.com, meetcoachmartin.com. We'd love to help you. We love to pour into you, whatever we can do. If we need to, pass you for a referral or whatever it is, whatever you need. If you need help with your business, you need a strategy session, whatever, give us a call. We love it. We're looking forward to it. But that's all I got. Thanks for hopping on. We're super excited. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have an amazing evening. Stay blessed. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.